Okay, so guys, in this lecture, we are going to solve this question and we have to find the derivative of root 1 plus x divided by root 1 minus x. And of course, we are going to simplify this expression first of all. But before that, I would like to explain you what is the derivative of an angle. For example, if I have a function y is equal to f of x power n, okay? Or you can simply write x power n. And now I have to find the derivative of this function. So what I would do, of course, I would apply the differential on both sides of the equation. So d by dx, that's good. Now dy by dx, you already know that if we have to find the derivative of a function which is having a power, you can simply put power over here, then you can write the function, and then you can write the power which is subtracted by 1. But today, I'm going to share with you a next step of this thing. What is that? After doing this thing, you have to multiply it by the derivative of the angle of this function. Now, what is the derivative of the angle? And first of all, what is the angle over here? So the derivative of the angle means that we have to take the derivative of the angle. So what is the angle over here? This thing which is present inside the bracket is the angle. So you have to multiply this acquired derivative by the derivative of the angle, and after that you are going to find the actual derivative of your function, that is actually x power n. Okay, so what would be the final derivative of x power n? N x n minus 1, and this is cancelled, so this is 1 which is multiplied by 1, which is usually not written, but for solving this type of questions you have to know what is the derivative of the angle, and this is the concept of the derivative of the angle. And if you're unsure what just happened over here, so you can comment me down or you can drop me an email at mstest866@gmail.com. So I will conduct a free online session with you in which I would explain you that what is the derivative of the angle. Okay, so now let's just get going with this question. First of all, we have to simplify this question before applying the derivative. So sorry, the differential. So I know that root is actually power 1 by 2. So 1 plus x power 1 by 2, 1 minus x power 1 by 2. Okay, and now I can write it in this form: 1 plus x, 1 minus x power 1 by 2. Right, now I can apply the derivative. So d by dx and dy by dx. So what is the angle over here? What is the function? This is the actual function. F of x is 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. This is my function. Okay, so I have to find the derivative. First of all, if we are having a function with a power, this is the power. So what is going to happen? The power is at the beginning, then the function is again going to have an exponent, but this time the power would be subtracted by 1. Okay, and now for the final thing, the derivative of the angle. What is the angle over here? 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x is the angle. So I have to multiply this acquired thing by the derivative of the angle. 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Okay, so now let's just continue. 1 plus x, 1 minus x upon 2 minus 1 is 1 minus 1 by 2. And what would be the derivative of this angle? You can see that this is having a division equation. Okay, so what I can do, I can apply the rules of division for finding the differentials of function which are being divided. Okay, so the second this is my gx and this is my fx. So gx, 1 minus x, multiplied by the derivative of fx. What is fx? 1 plus x. Minus fx, 1 plus x, multiplied by the derivative of what? Gx, that is 1 minus x. And in the denominator, we have gx times squared. So this thing would remain as it is. You do not have to mess with this thing right now. Okay, 1 plus x, 1 minus x, minus 1 by 2. And now let's just continue doing this simplification over here. 1 minus x. So what would be the derivative of 1 plus x? That is actually 1. Okay, minus 1 plus x. Derivative of 1 minus x is actually minus 1. Okay, divided by 1 minus x whole square. Okay, so 1 upon 2, 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x, or negative 1 by 2. And now let's just multiply this one, this negative 1 over here. You can see that this is a negative over here and this is also a negative over here. So this would actually become positive and this is removed. So 1 minus x plus 1 plus x. Okay, 1 minus x whole squared. So this x and this x are cancelled. So what is remaining? 1 by 2, 1 plus x, 1 minus x power negative 1 by 2. And what is over here? 1 plus 1 is actually 2. 1 minus x whole squared. Now you can see that these all terms are being multiplied. So I can actually cancel 2 from the numerator and the denominator. And now what? You can see that there is 1 minus x squared over here. But over here we are having 1 minus x power negative 1 by 2. Okay. So how I can deal with this? 1 plus x power negative 1 by 2. 1 minus x power negative 1 by 2. I have just removed the whole power and multiplied the power by each function present inside the bracket. Okay. And what is in the denominator? This thing is the denominator, 1 minus x whole square. So you can see when the bases are same, the powers are added. What is the base over here? It is 1 minus x. When the bases are same, the powers are added. 1 plus x negative 1 by 2 and 1 minus x. Now the powers would be actually added. This is the final derivative of the function, and let me just write it in a more clearer form. 1 divided by 1 minus x 3 by 2 1 plus x power 1 by 2. Okay, because this is in the negative form, so if I reciprocate it, it would become positive. Okay, so this is the final derivative.